Ladies and gentlemen, I've had enough. I've had enough. I'm gonna make this short and sweet. I'm gonna try to anyway. But Manchester United have lost to Tottenham Hotspurs. Trash Spurs. They're not trash. They just beat us 3-0. We lost to Spurs 3-0 at Old Trafford after what was probably the most dominant first half against a top six team that we've had in the last couple seasons. I'd say. I'd say that. I'm frustrated. I just wow. Seriously, that's what we did. That's what we lost 3-0. Okay, so let's talk about the game. First 30 minutes of the game, 25 to 30 minutes, Manchester United stole the show. Okay, it was all about the midfield. Pogba, Fred, and Luke Shaw getting up and around the left, wide areas was great. We were controlling the game. It was beautiful. We just didn't create clear chances, and I was okay with that because I said it. I tweeted it out. Once Sanchez or Rashford came on, that would change how things were going. We would finish our chances or have clearer chances than we did in the first half an hour. First half ends, it's 0-0, and I'm great. I'm like, going into the first half, this is something amazing to build off of. We're definitely gonna get a result in this game. Not the case. Um, Second half comes around. 10 minutes into the second half, corner, and Phil Jones gets lost under Harry Kane, who puts it's a great header. Fairness to him, it goes in the top bin more or less. A header jumps over Phil Jones. That's 1-0 to Spurs. Okay, cool. We could stay in this still. It's not over for us. 2 minutes later, as you see, it's there. Ball played in behind to Ericsson. Phil Jones terribly caught out of position. Um, and he plays it into Lucas Moura. That's like a gap of space. You should be ashamed of yourself as a defender if you're giving that much space to someone else. Plays the ball in behind to Christian Eriksen. Eriksen takes it in a little bit more, plays it across the box, the 18-yard box. And Lucas Moura's there to tap it in, which is fair play. And those are the chances we were missing creating. That's just the top and bottom of it. That's why Harry Kane has so many goals, because Spurs create chances like that. If Lukaku was able, if those are the chances that we gave Lukaku, Alexis Sanchez, Marcus Rashford, it would be easy. Over. Done. Not the case. Game drags on, 2-0. We're creating a lot of half chances. We not dominate, but we had a higher percentage of the ball. I just realized there's a 5% there. It's supposed to be 57. Apologies. Might as well have had 5% the way the result came in. But we had the ball, but there was nothing really to it. Fred had a few chances or was about to create half chances. It was just dead. And to me, the giving up and giving in, although I feel like Mourinho has this is the only problem I have with Jose Mourinho this season so far, is the fact that he thinks Fellaini is a better choice to chase a game than Marcus Rashford against Spurs. We're not playing against Brighton. We're not playing against Huddersfield. We're not playing against Stoke. You bring on Marwan Fellaini to chase a game against Spurs, who play a relatively high line. Someone who can spread who can create some width, give Sanchez some space to run into down the middle, make some space for Lukaku, who can also cross the ball. But we decide to bring on Fellaini, who is one-dimensional and did absolutely nothing. I don't get it. It's just sad. It's disappointing, and it hurts. Anyway, the game rolls on. 85th minute comes around, obviously, and who was it? Someone lost the ball, or I can't remember. In the midfield, Harry Kane wins it. Plays it through to Lucas, who gets tackled by Chris Smalling. It's a pretty good tackle, but there was no cover for Chris Smalling. And Lucas is just that quick. He keeps going, puts it past De Gea's 3-0. Why does, like, De Gea, I feel sorry for him. I really do. And it's not that Lindelof is bad, because he's not. I don't expect him to be amazing coming off the bench and making an influence, right? I don't expect that at all. Although he's still not world class. Yeah, and he has potential to be, but at the moment he's a good defender. He's not class, he's not world class, he's good. Chris Smalling, the best performance he's had in the last 15, 20 games for Manchester United by far. He conceded 3 goals, which is ironic, but still, same as Luke Shaw. He didn't have a bad game today. I don't think he had a bad game at all. But the weak links is we played Ander Herrera in the back 3, and he made some good last ditch blocks and interceptions and stuff. But that's the way Ander Herrera plays. That's what I expect from him. But he's not a center half. We played. Phil Jones is a joke. I don't know why. 2 players that I believe need to go yesterday. I don't know why they're here now. Phil Jones, not because he isn't a good defender, even though I believe personally Chris Smalling is better than him. Phil Jones should not be here. And like I said, it's not because he's not a good defender, but he's injury prone, and it's not, it's just because of the way he plays. He puts everything on the line. We can't afford to have that. So let him go. Marwan Fellaini, why in God's green earth would we give him a 2-year? A 1-year maybe, but a 2-year? No. There's no way this green turd, and that just sums him up performance-wise. Not necessarily, I said green. Whatever. I'm referring to him as a tree. There's no way this man should still be at Old Trafford. He shouldn't have been here in the first place because he's not good enough to be a Manchester United player, and that's just the harsh reality. Phil Jones is no longer good enough to be a Manchester United player. That's a harsh reality. Chris Smalling isn't good enough to be a Manchester United player at the moment. He doesn't get called up for England, right? But he's better than Phil Jones. So that's the case I make. If we could get rid of both of them, I would not care. I could care less because we have Tuanzebe, Fosu-Mensah, and we should be buying another center half. So I'm not all that axed about that. But if I had to make an argument for the people on the leave list, I would keep Chris Smalling. Valencia came back. He looked decent, but that's his first game back, so I didn't expect him to look terrific, but he looked all right. I don't really expect much more than he gave us. The first 2 goals were simply down. And the third goal, arguably, no, not really. Excuse me. The first 2 goals came from terrible, terrible, terrible mistakes from Phil Jones. No way he should still be here. Sounds like I'm about to cry. I want to cry, but I don't know. It's disturbing. It's upsetting. The next 2 transfer windows, January and over the summer, there is no reason that we should spend money on any other position ahead of center half. There is not one reason at all. We have Diogo Dalot, he has potential to be a great right back and even play left back if need be. Luke Shaw looks like he's turning up. He looks confident. Left back sorted. I would not mind Ashley Young being the second string left back, but no, he should not start over Luke Shaw. So I'm good with that. Luke Shaw looks good. Valencia and Dalot, right back position covered, and then Fosu-Mensah coming back covered. CDM position. Anyway, every position is covered. We could play Alexis on the right. We could play Rashford on the right because Rashford can cross the ball. We need a experienced, my personal preference, world class center half to slot into the defense next to whether that be Bailly, whether that be Lindelof. If he plays next to Smalling, I could give 2 craps, but we need a world-class center half in this team because the way we're playing right now is just inexcusable. I tweeted earlier, #Ed Woodward out, because that's just how I feel. How can you not, what justifies us not bringing in a center half? We don't have a 1 world-class center half in our side, and we're Manchester United. We had Ferdinand. Vidic, Jan Stamp, blessed Mark Hughes. I don't know if he was world class, but he was bloody good. And now, like, what do you want? What more do you need? The Glazers, they don't even care about football, so I don't expect them to really, sorry for knocking the mic, to understand what we need, because they just come to show their faces, to show that they're somewhat of a, to show that they own the club, but otherwise than that, they're absolute blank stains. But with all that said, Ed Woodward has got to do better, and he's a CEO. He's a vice chairman. He's not a director of football, so I don't expect him to do much better. But if it's not clear, he's been in the business for a while. He's been a vice chairman at Manchester United for quite some time. So I'm pretty sure he gets the run of things, and he's always at the game. So I don't understand. My point being, something's got to give, and it's got to start with the board. There's talks that there's a director of football incoming. No real names about. If I had to just throw someone in the position now, honestly, I would say Alex Ferguson. And there are doubts about that because people were saying that, you don't want to put too big of a personality above Jose Mourinho. But I'll tell you something right now. If Alex Ferguson is director of football, Jose Mourinho is getting any and every player he wants. It's not a question. If Jose Mourinho goes to Rafael Varane, if Jose Mourinho goes to Toby Alderweireld, if Jose Mourinho goes to anyone that Manchester United want, if Alex Ferguson went to Gareth Bale, it's probably a different situation now. But if Alex Ferguson went to Gareth Bale in Jose Mourinho's second or first season, we got Gareth Bale, we got Rafael Varane, we got Toby Alderweireld. It's not that hard, man. And Alex Ferguson knows this game out of all the personnel at Manchester United, apart from Jose Mourinho, no, even more than, he knows football better than any of them. So why is he not the director of football? At least the standing director of football until we find someone. Let Alex Ferguson point us in the right direction. It's not the case. What like, nothing's gonna happen unless we get a director of football. And we need to open up the bank account. Yes, I know we got Pogba, who has shown to me that he's worth 90 million. Lukaku has shown to me he's worth 90 million. Lukaku got 27 goals before he got injured last season. Towards the end of last season, which was vital because of, in the FA Cup and we lost, but whatever. I digress. Something's got to change. I'm fed up. 3-0. That's a joke. And that's simply defense. Our attacking going forward, our structure was settled. We looked good going forward. Even when we were losing, at every point in the game when we were losing, until Fellaini came on, in my opinion, we looked solid going forward. Even after Fellaini came on, we still controlled the ball. We still had positive intent. We just lacked clear chance creation. And that was okay, in my personal opinion. That wasn't the biggest problem, so I can get over that. That wasn't the biggest problem. The biggest problem is defense. Defense was shot. It was terrible. And it was just Phil Jones. It was just Phil Jones. Honestly, we're not having these issues if Eric Bailly's playing next to Chris Smalling. We're just not. It's just not the case. But Mourinho wanted to make a statement, so Lindelof didn't start. Bailly wasn't in the 18. 6 players that he deemed not ready or just not good enough were removed from the squad against Spurs. So fair enough. But I believe we have Burnley. The return of the... Yep, we're away. We're at Turf Moor. That's going to be tough when we come back from international break. So that's going to be fun. I have some United talk coming up over the international break because I got to get some stuff off my chest. So hope you guys enjoy. Looking forward to that. I have nothing left to say. I said this is going to be short, but it's 15 minutes long. So thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Drop a like and subscribe. Oh my god. I've had enough. It's been your boy Day. It's been Man United Talks. Hope you guys did enjoy. Deuces.